Russia is developing a space-based nuclear weapon designed to target U.S. satellites, according to three sources familiar with the matter. The weapon isn't yet operational, the sources told NBC News, but Moscow's pursuit of an advanced weapon that could jeopardize America's vital satellite network has raised concern among U.S. officials, and it prompted the chair of the House Intelligence Committee, Rep. Mike Turner, to issue an extraordinary statement earlier Wednesday, calling on the White House to declassify information about an unnamed serious national security threat. Turner, our Ohio, didn't provide additional details in his statement. The three sources said he was referring to the Russian effort to field a nuclear weapon in space that could take out satellites that serve as a crucial backbone for U.S. civilian communications, navigation, military operations, and intelligence gathering. ABC News first reported that the threat Turner cited in his cryptic statement was about a Russian nuclear anti-satellite weapon. Turner's statement also got out in front of what the White House said was a planned briefing for congressional leaders. President Joe Biden has been tracking the national security threat and directed White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan to engage with congressional leaders, according to two U.S. officials. White House officials conceded the matter is serious, but there are ways to contain the threat without triggering mass panic, these officials said. The Kremlin responded Thursday, dismissing the U.S. warnings as a trick and malicious fabrication. Spokesperson Dmitry Peskov said, "It is obvious that the White House is trying by hook or by crook to encourage Congress to vote on a bill to allocate money," referring to aid for Ukraine. Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Ryabkov, who is Moscow's point man on arms control, accused Washington of malicious fabrication, state news agency TASS reported. Senior U.S. military officers have voiced concern about the threat posed by Russian and Chinese efforts to build anti-satellite weapons, NBC News has reported. Turner said his committee had made available to all members of Congress information concerning a serious national security threat on Wednesday. On Wednesday afternoon, House members began trickling in and out of the highly secure room in the basement of the Capitol, known as the SCIF, where the most sensitive classified information is shared with lawmakers. On Wednesday afternoon, House members began trickling in and out of the highly secure room in the basement of the Capitol, known as the SCIF, where the most sensitive, classified information is shared with lawmakers. Sullivan addressed Turner's statement at a briefing a short time later and suggested he was perplexed by it because a briefing was already planned for Thursday. A U.S. official confirmed that the briefing Thursday is related to the threat Turner highlighted. Biden and the Senate are urging the Republican-controlled House to pass aid for Ukraine in its war against the country, as well as aid for Israel and Taiwan. House Speaker Mike Johnson, RLA, has said he wouldn't bring the Senate-passed aid package to the floor for a vote, saying he wants conservative border security measures added. Turner recently returned from a congressional delegation trip to Ukraine and said Friday that lawmakers all have access to the intelligence as to the risk that is faced not only to the United States, our allies, but the world as a result of Russia's aggression against Ukraine. He added, "There's overwhelming support in the House of Representatives and in the Senate for support for Ukraine." Meanwhile, former President Donald Trump has faced strong pushback after he said at a campaign rally Saturday that he would encourage Russia to attack NATO countries if they didn't contribute enough to defense as part of the alliance's mutual protection agreement. He said he would urge Russia to do whatever the hell they want to those countries. Trump repeated the story Wednesday night at a rally in South Carolina, though he notably did not mention encouraging Russian aggression this time. "If they're not going to pay, we're not going to protect, okay?" One of the heads of the countries stood up and said, "Does that mean that if we don't pay the bills that you're not going to protect us?" I said, "That's exactly what it means. Exactly. I'm not going to protect you," Trump told the crowd. A national security supplemental funding package, which includes aid for Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan, is stalled in Congress. Trump was instrumental in killing a larger foreign aid and border security deal in the Senate this month. Several key lawmakers, including Johnson, said Wednesday that there was no reason to be alarmed by Turner's statement. Recommended.